we're going through.
Or sometimes in my head it's just
let's get the bill per.
Like it's just crazy stuff going in my head. So it's like, yeah, we're just we take it day by day, you know?
Yeah. Was there ever a plan B?
I'm still on plan A.
Oh, period. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Quarter Life Crisis. I'm your host, the Red Sea Hippie. So today we have a special guest, the Glam Squad.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hello.
So today's episode, we are going to be talking about betting on yourself. So yeah, if you ladies want to introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Euphoric Styles, or you can call me T. I'm also known as T. But I'm the hairstylist out of our creative duo.
Hey, I'm Brianna, aka Beats by Bree. I'm the makeup artist in the creative duo, and we are the Glam Squad.
So the Glam Squad, they are located in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you ever need your hair, makeup done, hit them up.
We're your girls.
Period.
They come as a duo. And so first off, my first question is, how did you guys meet?
Well, we're from Indiana, so we met at school at Indiana University.
Yes. We actually met our freshman year, well, before our freshman year during groups. We did this program during the summer before we started the college year. And we met there. And then we were cool, but like we didn't become close friends until about probably like junior year. We became really close.
Okay. And so then I met them. When did I meet you guys? That was my freshman year, right?
Yeah, that was our junior year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And Walkley.
Good times, y'all.
Shout out.
Good time. Sleepovers, everything.
Parties, crazy.
Amazing events. We really were like very impactful on campus, so it was, you knew us. If you went to school with us, you knew us.
It was a ride.
Yeah.
It was literally. But yes, okay, so IU. So tell me a little bit about what you guys studied.
I studied exercise science. I originally wanted to be a pediatrician and to go to med school, but you know, I started thinking a little bit deeper, and I was like, med school, you got to be super passionate for that, and that just, I didn't have it in me for that. So I decided to pursue pediatric physical therapy. So that's what I was doing.
I was in school for community health on a pre-med track. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon, but after about my sophomore-ish junior year is when I started doing makeup. And it was kind of the same as what T was saying. You have to be very passionate, like completely dedicated to something like that. And once I started doing makeup, my passion kind of shifted. So I just dropped the pre-med and decided to just finish with my community health major.
Okay. So it's off topic, but when did you start doing hair and when did you start doing makeup?
I started doing hair probably, it was like my sophomore year I started. I was dabbling into it here and there. Like a couple of my friends would be like, you know how to braid, you trying to get my sew-in, you know, something like that. So just on the low, but like really diving into it, I would say it was like the end of my junior year. I was really diving into it, like, okay, I got this. Everything I tried, it was like, oh, I could do this, like I could do that after that. So it was like, it just came naturally to me. So that's when I started feeling myself like, hold on, your girl might be a hairstylist out here. Your girl might be running her own business, you know? And also during that junior year, that time, I felt like I started exploring entrepreneurship a little bit more. I didn't really know about it too much because I feel like coming from our small towns, we were more so like, our parents go to school, be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, the traditional things. So I feel like
like what you're conditioned to
right.
Yeah.
And with us being up there in a small town, it was very different from being like somewhere here in Atlanta, where I feel like they see that on the day to day, you know. So once I started exploring that more, I was like, oh yeah, your girl is about to be out here, period, slaying hair. Yeah, I love it.
Period. Kind of the same. The end of sophomore year, that summer, second semester, I started just doing makeup on myself, just because, you know, I used to be like, these Instagram girls is kind of cute, and the only difference between me and them is they got on makeup. So I just tried a little bit and I ended up liking it, so I kind of just dove head first and was just doing it on myself like every day. And then about my junior year, T was my first client. Yes, the beginning of junior, I did her makeup.
Where did we go? A to Z?
A to Z, yeah. So it was like literally like the first party of our junior year. And she really trusted me to do her makeup, and it was interesting.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell me
But you
nothing.
couldn't. Like,
I
the
went up to
picture-
the party like,
Yeah,
bring your
yeah.
money down.
And she posted the pictures. Like, we might have to pull them up.
Okay.
But my second semester of junior year is when I actually had my first clients, and yeah, that was the start. And I definitely got a big confidence boost then, because I did it for a pageant and the girl ended up winning. So I just felt like it was me. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be. So like that was like the confidence boost that was like, okay girl, like
I'm on the right path.
yes, I only charge you $10, but you won, so I think I can charge $20.
Right. Let's up the price.
I love it. Okay, so how did your parents, or like just your family in general, feel like when you guys decided to take on this non-traditional like route, you know, like you guys were in college, and so your parents were like, okay, like y'all about to become doctors, and then you had a change of heart. So how did they deal with the transition?
I kind of felt like I got mixed reviews from my family. Like some were supportive and some were like side-eyeing me, like, you sure about this girl, you know? So I think at that moment I really just had to believe in myself. I was talking to my friends more and just getting their support, and the more I just practiced and the more I kept like growing and perfecting my skill, it was just like I couldn't listen to nobody else, honestly. So I just had to go with what I felt was right.
No, I definitely feel that. My family was saying like they were a little weary at first, but they were just like, as long as you're happy, like I'm happy. I think they kind of saw like the passion in my eyes about it. And my family is like, a lot of them are artists already, so they kind of understood like why I felt the way I did. And I still finished school, so it was kind of like, okay, like, you know, you have this to fall back on if anything fails, but you know, like, you're good. And yeah, because you guys know, I moved to Atlanta as soon as my lease was up after I graduated. So like I was
Gone.
Yeah, I was ready to take off.
Yeah, like after graduation.
Yeah,
Like, the next
like I was
day.
hoping, but no, I still had to pay a couple months of rent. So
Okay, I love that. So on that note, how do you deal with imposter syndrome, or do you deal with imposter syndrome? Like, do you ever feel like when you first moved down here, you know, there's a lot of makeup artists, there's a lot of hairstylists down here that have been, you know, in the game for multiple years, and maybe like you felt like your experience didn't compare to what they were doing. So how did you deal with that, you know?
At least for me, when I moved down, social media wasn't like a really, it was big, but it wasn't like as huge as it is right now. So I definitely felt very defeated when I moved down. I definitely was struggling with imposter syndrome very bad. I feel like I didn't really have like how I have my look now. Like I feel like I have a signature look, and I feel like I didn't have that before because I didn't really know who I am and like how to like make my way into the makeup world here, because I didn't know how to like market myself. I didn't know how to put myself out there. So yeah, I definitely struggled with it, but once I just kind of like took a step back and started like really focusing on myself and just making sure that, like, I always said like, okay, every face is just gonna be better than the last. Like that's all I want. Like every face just has to be better than the last one.
Yes.
And once I started doing that, I really started to see the change, like, and that kind of got me out of focusing on everybody else and just focusing on myself and like literally just perfecting my craft. Like that's all I ever wanted to do was just get to like that perfect point. I still don't feel like I'm there, but like I see the growth and like that's good for me.
Yes. Did you ever feel like I want to move back home?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Because a lot of people, you know, that goes to their mind, like, maybe I should just move back. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't working out for me. But I love that, like, assurance within yourself.
Yeah, I always felt like there's no failing. Like, it has to work. It absolutely has to work. If I have to relocate to another city, then yes, because I moved from my city for a reason, because I just felt like it was too small. And the things that I wanted to do and how I wanted to grow with my business, I just knew I couldn't do it there. Like, you know, it's possible, but just being from a small town like that, it's hard. So I'm like, well, let me just throw myself out to the wolves and, you know, hope for the best and walk out with me, you know, like. But that was just, the main thing is, like, you really have to believe in yourself, right? Because if you don't, like, you're just not gonna get anywhere. Like, I always knew that I was gonna make it. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I knew I was gonna make it.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So how do you deal with imposter syndrome, T?
I think before I first moved down here, I was kind of, that year before I moved down here, I kind of used that time to perfect my craft a little more and, like, use that time to gain my confidence more. So, like, I was back home for a little bit and I was trapping out my daddy crib. I was like getting them girls in and out of there, but, like, I saw my progress. I was trying different things. I went back to my college town, you know, we were living together, trapping out of there again, you know. So I think I took that turned the whole room into a beauty studio, like appointments in and out.
That's fine.
Right, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I took that year before I came down here. I feel like to kind of perfect my craft, like I was saying. So I had that confidence and, you know, I had the clientele and everything. So then when it came time for me to move down here, I was a little nervous, but I was ready. But then once I moved down here, it was kind of like, whoa, like, this is completely different. Like, this is real. Like, this is a big change. Like, there's so many other people down here doing hair and things like that. And I never let that stop me, because I always felt like, it doesn't matter, everyone's doing the same things, you know. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It's all about how you do it, how you present your business, yourself, and things like that, because you just got to make yourself stand out. So that never stopped me as far as, like, the fact that there's so many other people down here doing it. It was just more so having that confidence to, like, well, keeping faith in, like, knowing that, okay, I'm gonna get my clients down here. My business is gonna double and triple, you know. So at first, I was a little scared. I won't lie, because I came down and it was like, okay, I'm taking appointments, but I'm used to being booked every single day. Like, you saw it, like girls coming in and out every single day. So I got down here. It was like 2 weeks done went past. I didn't only did one head. I'm like, whoa. I'm not used to this. So it was a little hard at first, just kind of making that transition. So it took a lot of prayer and meditation. That really helped me a lot. I will say that helped me a lot. I was kind of going back and forth here and back between here and home a lot at first. Probably like the first 5-6 months, I was going back a lot. Even Bree was something. She was like, "You going home again?"
No, I literally be like, "Dang, you going home about one time every month." Like, you know, I'm like, you gotta. It wasn't a problem, but I was just like, you kind of gotta, like,
stay here to
allow people.
Okay, I love that. It really is a mindset thing. Like, once you tell yourself, like, I'm gonna do this, like, you really shock yourself to see, like, how, like, well you can really do, you know. But if your mind is not there, like, the outcome isn't gonna show, you know, that represent that. But I like the point about how you brought up, like, it's a lot of people that are gonna be doing the same thing as me, but how do I stand out? Because one thing that I always think about anytime, like, I'm like, oh, I want to do this, but there's so many people who are already doing this. There's this analogy, I don't even know who it's by, but when you go into the grocery store, you see all those types of breads. There's so many different types of breads, and they, you know, that didn't stop them for creating, like, you know, all those different types of brands of bread. Like, oh, you know, there's already people out here who are making this type of bread or this and that, like, so I'm not good enough or I can't do it, you know?
Right. I always feel like, regardless, people are going to support you just because it's you. Like, it might not be the whole world, but you are gonna have supporters.
Right.
So,
because it's a big step putting yourself out there. It's a very vulnerable point, and it's like, in your business, your art, that's your baby. You hold that dear to your heart. So it's like, once you actually put yourself out there and not care about what anyone else has to say, and you're just doing you, everything that's meant to come to you is going to come regardless.
Right. I love that. Okay, so what about lack of motivation? Do you guys ever feel like
You know us.
We'll take a vacation real quick.
In a second. The thing is, we have to stop ourselves from taking vacations because we will try to run away from all our responsibilities.
Okay.
But again, it's just entrepreneurship. So like, you are the boss. If you don't do it, no one else is going to do it.
Literally.
So it's like, you just know you have to. So you just do it.
And it's nice having someone like Bree, a supportive friend who's also in this industry too, where it's like we can kind of bounce off each other, you know. So if she's kind of feeling down, I can have a talk with her, or if I'm feeling down, I'll have a talk. She'll have a talk with me. So it's like, it's kind of nice to have people in your corner who just understands what you're going through.
That accountability is key. I love that.
It's just bad when we're both feeling the same way.
Yeah.
But I also think it's nice to kind of take breaks within what you do, because it kind of gives you a time to, you know, reset and just process again of like, go through the process of why you were doing it in the first place, you know. So you need some time to kind of rest, you know. But it's always nice. You can always come back to it. You always gotta come back. Always come back. But you do need a break. I realize that, because
definitely need that reset.
We can be workaholics for sure.
Girl.
We can 5 days out the week work 13-hour shifts every day. So it's like,
when Timu first moved down here, I was working every single day.
Man.
And I had another job. And I had another job.
It's crazy.
And I was literally spreading myself so thin with just working. Like, I felt like I was gonna go crazy. But once I, you know, start taking days off and doing things like that, that's when I start being like, whoo, okay, like this is what normal people are supposed to do.
Take breaks.
Yes, because it's always like work. Like, I just felt like I didn't want to miss anything. And it's like, now I feel like if that opportunity was really for me, like, it's gonna come back around, or like something better is gonna happen. But you know, I don't miss anything that wasn't meant for me.
Exactly. And rest is important. You deserve rest. You deserve rest so that you can perform at your 100% capacity. You know. Okay. I love that. So how do you stay organized? Since you guys are always so busy doing not even just like hair and makeup, but you guys are doing shoots, directing. You guys are traveling. How do you stay organized?
I would say definitely having a planner helps a lot. That definitely helps. My phone, having my reminders in my phone of what I got going on. Sometimes it can get a little crazy. I won't even lie. Like, sometimes I'm not as organized as I would like to be. But I always find my way back. I always know how to get back on track. But my planner and having my reminders in my phone are a big step of keeping things organized for me. And then also just trying not to bring so much work home with me. I try to leave it outside, you know? Like, I kind of feel like I'm always working, as far as like, if I'm on my phone, I'm making content, things like that, you know. But as far as like, I don't want to bring everything home with me. Kind of being able to separate it keeps me aligned, I feel like.
Definitely. I feel the same way. I'm writing things down and making constant notes of things. So, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'll write stuff down in my planner and I might not even look at my planner for a couple days, and I'm like, oh shoot, I was supposed to do that 2 days ago. And then I'd be like, okay, hold on, let me come back, let me write this back down. But yeah, I'm still a little unorganized.
We're creating.
We're figuring it out right now. I'm about to say, I really just have like random thoughts that come to my head. I'll be like, hey T, were we supposed to do this? Do we have plans on Tuesday? But
Okay. Organization is key, but it takes, and it's so different for everybody, you know. Like, sometimes, like, you look at people and planners work for some people and planners don't work for everyone. Like, planners are really hard for me. Like, I cannot carry a planner out like with me at all times. But I will say my phone calendar is helpful, because that way it's like, you know, I'm like, oh, I gotta do something quickly, put it into my phone real quick, and my phone's always on me. But my planner,
That's why
now that you say, like, that is exactly what I do. And it won't even be my phone's calendar. It'll be like my schedule calendar, like what I schedule all my clients in. Like I constantly go in and make notes at different times of like things I need to do or times I have to block off, and like that is my planner because that's what I always look at and refer to throughout the day. So I'd be like, okay, like I can't work past this time because I have to go to an event and this and that. Like I need time to get ready or this or that. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I stay organized? Right, I know. I'm like, I know I do something.
But that reminders app in my phone, that really helps me a lot. I like that. Yes, it helps a lot because you can, once you're done with a task, I like being able to check it off and it disappears off my notification screen. So I like that a lot because I don't carry my planner around every day either. Like I like to write everything down that I need to do that day, but I also make sure I try to transfer it into my phone as well. It's just kind of, a planner is cute. It makes you feel like you're doing something.
No, it's like I buy them every year. I use like probably 10 pages.
I buy like 4 a year, and that's the sick part. I'd be like, you know what, this one maybe there's some bad juju in here because I didn't keep up with it. It's not serving its purpose.
Or some of them will have like different writing prompts. I'm like, ooh, this one's cute though, and I know I'll use
These
Right. Okay. So, did you guys ever have a plan B? I know we talked a little bit about your plans while you guys were in college, but when you were here in Atlanta, did you ever think like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this. Like, I need to be doing something else. Was there ever a plan B?
I'm still on plan A.
Oh, period.
No, I'm kidding. I am still on plan A. But there was always a thought in the back of my mind as far as like, I have my degree, so I have that to fall back on if I ever needed to. But realistically, I'm sticking with plan A and just, creating different forms of income with my plan A to eventually be able to just like get to a point where I'm not physically just standing behind the chair every day, So yeah, I'm in plan A.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride plan A until the wheels fall off. But yeah, just the same as what T's saying, like like I was saying earlier, I had another job, but plan A was always my focus. Like I was always like, this is what I actually want to do, but I'm gonna use my job to buy my supplies, to do this, just to like survive, and then like really show up and show out for my passion. And I'm like, I know it's gonna come together, but yes, just being an entrepreneur, like you see other things that are possible out in the world, and like we're businesswomen at the end of the day. Yes, we're artists, but we're still businesswomen. So I know that in the future I do want to just completely transfer into a businesswoman, but the passion and the money or whatever I'm getting from plan A is definitely going to fund that.
Okay. So would you say that it's better to use your 9-to-5 to fund your creative projects? So just advice for people out there, or just like go all in?
I would say use your 9-to-5 to fund it,
especially if you have that option to.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, if you can find that balance to do both, then absolutely. But just don't get stuck in, like, don't get comfortable like that you don't want to leave that 9-to-5 to make that sacrifice. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people, when I tell people like, okay, I'm about to quit my job and I'm gonna do makeup full time, like this was 2019. And I had a good job, like I loved it, but obviously at that point it was I was missing out on a lot of opportunities, and that's when I was like, okay, like I can't do this much longer because there are some good opportunities out here that I'm really, really missing out on, and I'm like, I don't like that.
And so, I remember you were nervous about it too. You had a little talk with me.
Nervous.
She was nervous about quitting, and I was like, girl, you gotta do it. Like,
but I was just like, I know. But like, I also had people who were like, are you sure you want to quit? Like, that's guaranteed money and this and that. Y'all, I quit the end of 2019, going into 2020. And we all know how 2020 went. The world was in shambles. So I was like, oh my gosh, I just quit my job and now like we're on lockdown. I'm not gonna be making any money at all. Like I was super nervous, but I really just kept the faith and it all ended up working out. So
and y'all know Atlanta was open anyway.
y'all know Atlanta was, you couldn't hold Atlanta down too long. So I
don't
definitely
make that money. That's one thing I love about here. It's hustle or get hustle.
Yes.
This is a money making place. So I definitely appreciated that when I was here. Well, while being here.
Definitely. And it's like I feel like Atlanta like helps you grow into what you just like your best self. Because I feel like since being here, like I have definitely turned into my best self, which is
I love it. I love seeing you guys grow. It inspires me, and it inspires so many other people too. People come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I just love what your friends are doing." Yes, I hear so much positive feedback all the time.
thank you.
Yes. Okay, so how do you deal with having to be like have that bubbly, fun energy at all times? Because I feel like that can be exhausting. Is it exhausting?
It is. It can be because it's like, you know, we're human. You know, we go through different emotions. I know me, I'm a moody person sometimes. So it's like, it's hard because you got to kind of turn it on and off. It's kind of like the alter ego that we have, I feel like. So when we're shooting content and things like that, where we're dressing up, changing changing
It's
makeup
like we're
looks,
getting into character.
yeah, you know, and it's like we may not be feeling up to it 100%, but it's just a switch you got to turn on because this is your business. This is what we do, you know. So
people don't care about what you were going through that day. Like all they care about is how you look in that moment. And it's like it's just a couple minutes. It might be 30 minutes, an hour shoot. Like, you know, you can do that with your client. It might be just 45 minutes to an hour. So it's like, you know, just turn your game face on and just get through it. And when you get off work, like, you know, you could drop a smile and, you know, maybe go curl in bed and cry. And, you know, that might just be your day.
And then sometimes, even when we're at the shop, it's like, I don't like to hide it. I don't like to fake it. So it's like I'll even tell my clients like, look, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be super talkative today. I'm not feeling good. I may be on my cycle or something. So I'm like, you know, we just gonna vibe out to this music and that's it. And they be cool, you know. I like to be transparent with my clients, let them know what's up. And I'm never the person that's like, oh, I'm not gonna talk at all, you know, because I like building a relationship with my client and things like that. So you talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you, of course. But like, if I'm just having a day where I'm in my mood, it's just like I just may not be as talkative, may not be as bubbly or, you know, funny and things like that. Because I think people also see us as being funny sometimes too online, and it's just like we're not like that all the time. You know,
we are really not like that. No, literally, like we're more chilled than anything. Like, yes, we crack jokes and do this and that, but like about 75% of the time, we're really just like chilling. But even I feel like for me, I kind of like feed off my clients' energy too. So if you're not talking to me, like, you know, if I'm asking you questions, because I always talk in at least the beginning of the appointment, you know, just asking how your day is and, you know, what you got going on. And if you're giving me like short answers, then I'm just gonna chill. We just gonna rock out and I'm knock you out, and, you know, I'm gonna just keep it pushing until the next client. And I know like sometimes people might be like, I might get like a return client, and it would be like this high energy in the room, and my next client will come in that I never met, and it'll be like a little different, like, you know, like it's like it's different. Like, girl, this girl been coming to me for about 2-3 years, like, and you're like a new person, and I'm not trying to say like I'm not willing to warm up to you, but you know, it's just different. Like different clients bring out different parts of you. So. But I love all y'all. I do. I really do. Even if we never spoke that much during our appointment, I probably had a whole bunch of other things going on in my head too. And that's another thing. Like, if we're not talking, it doesn't mean like we're mad at you or anything like that. We probably just have a whole bunch of stuff that we're thinking and going through. Like, we're the entrepreneurs. Like, this is our business. We're probably thinking about a shoot we got coming up, and I'm thinking about what I'm about to eat for dinner. Like, man, I need to go work out. Like, you know, it's like a whole bunch of things that we're going through.
But sometimes in my head it's just
let's get the bill per.
Like, it's just crazy it's like, yeah, we're just we take it day by day. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
That's really all you
just
can
take
do.
it day by day.
Yeah. I definitely. But yes, no, I definitely see how that can be challenging at times, because I know, like, whenever, like, if I'm gonna go get a service, you know, I'm like bare minimum. So if I ever do, you know, I'm like, hey, like, talkative and whatnot. And so if the energy sometimes isn't there, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are they mad at me? Like, they not like me? Or I got a lot of hair, so I'm like, they're probably mad right now. They gotta comb all this out. But no, I think you guys do a really good job at just being transparent in general, and just being like, you guys show your, you know, like, your fun energy through social media and whatnot, and just like in person, like, even if like both of you guys, like, just coming from a friend personal level, like, even if you guys are in bad like moods and whatnot, like, it doesn't ever like rub off on like the other people around, like, you know, like, you still are the loving, considerate, like, girls that you guys are, you know, like, even if like you are like in a mood and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, because I try not to put my mood on other people, you know. I don't want to bring down anyone else's energy, so
I'm like, you don't want someone to do that to you.
Exactly.
Because sometimes I am in a really good mood and I like want to talk to my clients and this and that, and they're like,
they're not trying to talk. So then you're like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much.
I'm like, does she not like me? What did I do?
Like,
I'm like, I was running like 5 minutes behind, but I'm gonna get you out on time, girl. Right.
No, literally, yeah, I feel that. Okay, you know what I like? This is really off topic. You know how in Ubers, like, they'll have the app I don't know if you guys should look towards that, where it's like, you rate it, like, how, like, if you want to talk to the driver.
Yes, no, I do that. I say quiet preferred.
So literally,
girl, and they still be talking.
Oh, you have that thing?
Yes.
They still be talking. We say quiet preferred. But it's, I just like, it's cool.
It's cool, right. I usually no harm. It's okay.
I'm asking like 3 questions before I determine if we're gonna continue this or we just gonna be chilling.
Right. By the third question,
all you getting is a look up.
No, literally.
Close.
Head down.
I'm about to spray. Not head down.
Guys.
Literally. But I feel like a lot of people are kind of like that. They don't really like talking to their services, which is, for me, I don't really care to talk when I'm getting service. Like, when I would go get my hair done, like, buy something hot tea or something, then, you know, I want to chill, but they be talking, so it's like, well, I'm going to talk.
Right.
Or even like nails. Oh, nail? Like, if I go to a nail shop,
they're talking.
I'm dead silent.
Oh.
Unless it's like,
okay, no, like,
like, not my, I mean, like, you know, like, when I get my pedicures by, like,
the traditional, you know,
people.
Asian shop.
Yeah. But when I go to, like, my actual nail girl, we're talking the whole time. Like, yes.
I feel that. See, I'm talking, and I'm like, I know they hate me because I'm asking questions like,
no,
so how many kids you have?
No, her mom wants to know your whole life story.
No, literally. What's your big 3?
Really? Okay, you're compatible with this.
Is your husband this sign?
No.
Oh my gosh. See, told you guys are compatible.
I be making friends worldwide, and they'd be like, dang, like, I want to be your friend. I'm like, okay, bye. It's nice meeting you.
No, me and she were talking about the other day. We're like, Hermione, you're the queen of small talk. Like, it's crazy.
I said, but we'll get deep real quick. And then I'm like, okay, well, thanks for telling me your past traumas. I guess I'll never see you again.
Right.
And they'd be like, whoa, like, I feel violated.
Oh my god.
But yes. Okay, so where do you guys see yourself in the next 5 years or the next 10 years? What does that timeline look like for you guys?
Definitely having a family. Not, like I was saying before, not being as hands-on, like behind the chair so much. Owning buildings and properties, really. That's the move for sure. Right. Okay. And just strictly selling like products, you know, online or in store, things like that. Like, I'm not trying to, like I said, I want to be hands off. I'm not trying to be behind a chair. I may take, you know, if I'm feeling up to it, may take, you know, a high profile client or something like that. But you got to be talking that big money by that point. Okay. So yeah, really trying to be hands off and just, you know, enjoy my family, enjoy the fruits of my labor, things like that. So
yeah, same. Definitely family is like very high on my things to knock off my list in the next 5 years. Again, just like she said, being way more hands-off with makeup and everything, just like strictly teaching, selling products. Like I said, I mainly just want to be a businesswoman. So again, owning properties, getting into, I'm versatile, baby. If you tell me where the money resides, I'm gonna look into it. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna research it. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna plan it, and we gonna execute. So hopefully, whoever my husband is at that time, he's on the same time as me, because I'm ambitious.
Okay,
and you have to be ambitious.
Yes. And I don't know. So that's definitely like the next 5 to 10 years. Hopefully moving my family to wherever I am, so we can all be closer, because I do hate being so far from my family. But yes, that'll be it.
I love that. I love that. Okay.
And putting my friends in better positions as well. Friends and family.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Okay, and so for our last question, what is some good advice that you would have for people who are wanting to bet on themselves, but they may be nervous or fearful or dealing with imposter syndrome, that you feel like you've learned not only from your own experiences, but also what other people have told you? What are some good pieces of advice that people should hold on to?
Definitely keep perfecting your craft. Keep going, because you're only going to get better. Continue to be consistent and dedicated, because sometimes being consistent can kind of, I feel like, outdo just like having a skill. You know, you have to be consistent with it in order to sharpen it and in order to get better. So I just say definitely just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anything stop you at all, because everybody's always gonna have something to say. Everybody's, whether you're doing good or bad, somebody gonna have something to say. So just do it. Just do it.
Breathe.
Just like she said, you have to just do it. Believe in yourself. Go for it. Just don't let anyone else's opinions, and I mean, don't be afraid to take, constructive criticism, but still know that you are that. Like, I always feel like that. Even when I was just starting out, like, I didn't feel like, I know I wasn't that, but I felt like I was.
Right.
I felt like I was the best makeup artist in Indiana. And you can tell me no different. So, just always stay confident in what you're doing, and anything. Do it.
I love it. I love it. So everybody out there, go bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Do it.
Do it. Just do it. What's stopping you? What's holding you back? Just do it. But yes. Okay. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
It was so good chatting with you guys.
Yes. It's always a good time chatting with you, girl.
We already know.
I love y'all. But where can everybody find you guys on socials?
You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, The Glam Squad with 2 E's, The Glam Squad. We also have our personal pages too. I don't know if you want to add those.
Yeah, I'll add like a little.
Yeah. We got our personal pages too, but as far as both of us together, find us at The Glam Squad.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this was insightful. I hope this gave you the courage to be fearless and to go bet on yourself. And tune in for the next episode.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
And we are back from our commercial break.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Let's see how it hairs once it's closer. Wow, it looks, now this?
This looks good.
See, you got to a side. It's cute.
It
looks really good. Who drank my water? What water? Oh, probably.
Yeah, I was like. Okay.
Yeah, it's going great.
Okay, good.
I'm having fun.
Yes. We all put on heels and you cannot see our feet.
Perfect.
I could have left my smiley shoes on.
Definitely.
But it's okay. You know, we're giving cute, we're
I love
giving
it.
business.
Period. But yes, no, I definitely see how that can be very challenging.
A long walk around the park after dark.
Okay,
Zola Kayate.
Be quiet though.
Right, don't you know that thing?
Okay. Okay.
Pew pew pew. Okay.
Sorry.
Those are bloopers.
Yes, yeah.
You can add it to your content.
That could be like the clip that you put for
the little
yeah,
preview.
like come watch our yeah.
I just thought it was TikTok. Okay, but
Okay.
We
Just
saw
tell me real quick.
TikToks.
Just get it out.
I can't.
Okay, okay.
I'm like,
Okay, show it to us afterwards.
Okay.
We still have to make TikToks too.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That was perfect. That was
That was
good.
really
That was
nice.
good.
I can do this.
I like podcasts.
Yeah, somebody else about us.
So good at me.
Wait, was that one girl?
This skirt is cute.
Right.
Cute, cute.
So cute.
Hey,
Okay.
sister.
Woo.